the internet, the hysteria, and Avi Loeb jump immediately to some of the more sensational ones, although he's backtracked on that, saying that he was saying theoretically it could be this, which is a sort of a psyop. So my understanding of the cell that Avi Loeb is part of, the UFO connected cell group that he's connected to, is a very prominent disinformation, gaslighting operation. So I'm pretty sure that anything from those quarters, I would look at very skeptically, particularly when it begins to track towards a threat from outer space.
Dr. Steven Greer, a retired physician and respected figure in UFO research, has recently launched his own podcast where he has been sharing bold insights. In one of his most recent discussions, he revealed an interesting claim that certain officials are preparing to stage a fake alien invasion. According to Dr. Greer, the plan would not involve genuine extraterrestrial contact, but rather the manipulation of public perception. A normal astronomical or atmospheric event would be deliberately framed as an alien threat, fueling fear and justifying potential political or military actions. This revelation has gained renewed attention in light of the current discourse surrounding the mysterious interstellar object designated 3I Atlas.
And that they were going to try to create a specter of a threat from outer space. And the only way to do that is to falsely create evidence, or evidence that exists that the CIA and other operations have created, and then label it alien when it isn't.
Official narratives have presented the object with language and implications that, to some, mirror exactly the type of staged alien threat Dr. Greer warned about. Critics argue that labeling such a phenomenon as potentially dangerous without clear evidence serves only to heighten public anxiety. Supporters of Dr. Greer's position believe this could be part of a long-term strategy to control public opinion about space and extraterrestrial life. The idea that authorities might use the discovery of an object like Atlas, an interstellar comet discovered by the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System Station, as the official first contact with alien life, while concealing earlier encounters, rests on a simple but powerful concept: control of the narrative. By framing this moment as the initial point of contact, they can effectively erase decades of prior secrecy and begin a new, controlled storyline. In this version of events, there would be no messy history to explain, no admissions of past cover-ups, and no awkward acknowledgements that information had been deliberately withheld from the public. Instead, they could present themselves as transparent, responsive, and scientifically cautious, even though military insiders claim that such contact has taken place before through programs hidden from public view. For those who believe these insiders, the reasoning is straightforward. Admitting that contact has been made before, or that advanced non-human technology has been recovered and studied for decades, would also mean confessing to having deceived the public for generations. This would be an admission not only of secrecy, but of denying humanity access to potentially transformative technologies, energy systems, propulsion methods, and other innovations that could change the course of civilization. Such a revelation would raise questions about who made these decisions, why they were made, and what interests were served by keeping such breakthroughs hidden. By using Atlas as the official beginning, those in control avoid these consequences entirely. No lies need to be admitted to, because in their version of the story, this would be the first time contact has occurred. The focus shifts away from past secrecy and toward the excitement, mystery, and potential of a new event. They can shape public perception from the very start, deciding what details to release, how to frame the intentions of any visitors, and what level of urgency or caution to encourage in the public. Many who have long followed the UFO phenomenon believe this is precisely the point. Over the decades, various whistleblowers and retired officials have suggested that the truth has been withheld not merely to prevent public panic, but to protect powerful technological advantages. If technologies derived from advanced non-human sources truly exist, releasing them openly would trigger seismic shifts in global power, economics, and energy. Industries built on fossil fuels could collapse, military dominance could be redistributed, and the very structure of modern society could be altered in unpredictable ways. From this perspective, the secrecy is not only about what humanity might learn, but also about who would lose power and influence if that knowledge became public. Starting fresh with an event like the arrival of Atlas allows those in charge to steer clear of these disruptions. The public can be introduced to the concept of alien contact slowly, through carefully chosen words and managed information. This also means that any technology or information derived from the object could be released gradually, packaged as brand new discoveries, rather than as assets that have been hidden for decades. In this way, the release of new technologies could be controlled in a manner that preserves existing power structures while still giving the appearance of progress. Supporters of this theory argue that it is a strategic move, a kind of narrative reset. They believe that years of concealment can be effectively erased with a single announcement framed as historic and unprecedented. Once that framing is in place, all official discussion, public engagement, and even historical records can be built around this new beginning, leaving the deeper history buried under layers of classified programs and denials. In essence, the suspicion is that events like Atlas are not just scientific or astronomical milestones, but also opportunities for those in authority to rewrite the history of humanity's engagement with alien life. By controlling the story from this point forward, they control not only public understanding, but also the pace, scope, and nature of whatever changes may come next. For many, that is the most compelling reason why they might choose to declare this the first contact, even if, behind closed doors, it is anything but. On the 1st of July 2024, NASA detected an anomaly moving through the depths of space, an object designated 3I Atlas. This discovery immediately captured the attention of professional astronomers and the general public alike. It was not merely the object's interstellar origin that stirred excitement, but also its unusual physical and orbital characteristics, which defied many of the expectations typically associated with natural celestial bodies. As observational data began to pour in, the scientific community found itself divided, with over 200 researchers declaring it most likely to be a comet, while a smaller but highly vocal group of experts, led by Harvard physicist Avi Loeb, pointed toward a far more extraordinary explanation, one that suggested the possibility of engineered technology from beyond Earth. A central controversy in this unfolding debate is the object's apparent lack of a visible tail. Comets, when approaching the Sun, normally develop both a dust tail and a gas tail, illuminated as solar heat causes volatile materials to sublimate from their surface. In the case of Atlas, however, Loeb observed that the supposed tail seen by some astronomers could instead be an optical illusion, a product of the object's rapid motion across the field of view in Earth-based telescopes. According to him, such rapid transit can stretch the light signature of a fast-moving body, giving the false impression of a tail when, in reality, there are no gas or dust emissions at all. Adding weight to this suspicion is the complete absence of a coma, the glowing envelope of gas that surrounds most cometary nuclei. Detailed spectroscopic observations from multiple teams revealed no atomic or molecular gases, no water vapor, and no detectable carbon compounds, an absence that is highly irregular for any object believed to be cometary in origin. This, Loeb argues, should prompt the scientific community to question the natural classification of Atlas and consider that it might be something far more advanced. What deepens the mystery further is its highly precise retrograde orbit, aligned closely with the plane of the inner solar system. Such precision, Loeb notes, is unlikely to be the result of random gravitational encounters. While nature can occasionally produce retrograde orbits, the combination of alignment, speed, and precision strikes him as deliberate. On his self-created Loeb scale, a system for evaluating the probability of artificial origin, he rated Atlas at a 6 out of 10. While not definitive proof, this ranking places the odds slightly in favor of artificial engineering, in his view. Loeb stresses that this number could change with further data, but for now, he sees ample reason for close and sustained observation. Among his more provocative hypotheses is the suggestion that Atlas could be an interstellar craft, perhaps even a mothership, releasing smaller probes into our solar system. From an engineering standpoint, Loeb argues, it would be more efficient for an exploratory mission to deploy mini-probes from a larger vessel rather than sending individual craft across interstellar distances. These probes, he speculates, could use a reverse Oberth maneuver, slowing down by exploiting the Sun's gravitational influence at the perihelion of their orbit. This maneuver would allow them to adjust their trajectory toward Earth without expending excessive fuel. Loeb's calculations even extend to a possible timeline. If such probes were deployed at the optimal moment, they could reach Earth between the 21st of November and the 5th of December in 2025. Significantly, Atlas will pass behind the Sun in October 2025, temporarily concealed from Earth-based detection. This would provide an ideal window for a covert approach, shielding any deployed probes from direct observation. The implications of this possibility, Loeb warns, are immense. If Atlas is indeed artificial, it could represent a moment in history where intelligent life beyond Earth has taken notice of humanity. This could herald opportunities for peaceful contact and exchange, or, in a less favorable scenario, disruptions to our planetary status quo. Loeb insists that preparation for both outcomes is essential. Many scientists, however, remain unconvinced. Chris Lintert of the University of Oxford has been among those who view Loeb's hypothesis as an unnecessary distraction from conventional astrophysical research. To critics, labeling a strange object as artificial without overwhelming proof risks undermining scientific credibility. Loeb, in response, maintains that his conclusions are rooted in hard data and careful analysis, not idle speculation. Adding further intrigue is the observed reddening of Atlas's surface between the 2nd and the 29th of July. Loeb interprets this as potentially the result of a dust coating or organic-rich compounds, though he acknowledges that natural causes, such as a naturally red mineralogical composition, similar to certain D-type asteroids, are also possible. Yet the absence of gaseous emissions remains the most puzzling factor, one that continually erodes the case for a purely cometary explanation. As the object approaches perihelion, Loeb emphasizes the need for continuous monitoring. Variations in brightness, surface color, or activity could reveal critical clues about its structure and composition. To obtain definitive answers, he has proposed a bold plan, repurposing NASA's Juno spacecraft, currently in orbit around Jupiter, to intercept Atlas. This, Loeb describes, would be a rare opportunity for interstellar archaeology, allowing humanity to study a visitor from another star system up close. Such a mission would require rapid mobilization and interagency cooperation, but the potential rewards could redefine our understanding of the cosmos. Loeb also urges a broader, non-scientific form of preparation. He believes that governments around the world should be creating dedicated response teams composed of scientists, policymakers, communicators, and psychologists. These teams would be tasked with assessing the implications of contact, managing public communication responsibly, and developing strategies for engagement or cautious distancing, depending on the nature of the encounter. He warns that, at present, humanity is vastly unprepared for such a scenario, especially one that could arise with little warning. Even with the most optimistic view of our technological capabilities, Loeb admits that engaging directly with Atlas would be challenging. Traveling at nearly 60 miles per second relative to Earth, the object's sheer velocity puts it far beyond the reach of existing propulsion systems for interception missions launched from Earth. In considering the broader philosophical implications, Loeb frames the debate in terms of risk management. If the object is indeed an artificial construct, the consequences of ignoring this possibility could be far greater than the inconvenience of over-preparing for something that turns out to be natural. He draws upon Blaise Pascal's reasoning, suggesting that, in the face of uncertainty, it is more rational to prepare for the higher stakes outcome, even if the probability remains modest. This approach, he believes, is not about fear, but about readiness. The potential of encountering another civilization, whether friendly or not, represents one of the most significant moments in human history. If Atlas proves to be a messenger, a probe, or even a silent observer, the way humanity responds will define its maturity as a species. Space exploration stands as one of the most significant accomplishments of human history. Since ancient times, humanity has gazed at the heavens in search of profound answers, a fact validated by their early artistic interpretations of the cosmos. Over time, our progress has enabled us to establish habitable environments in the weightlessness of space, exemplified by the remarkable creation of the International Space Station. This remarkable feat of engineering serves as a collaborative platform for all nations and governments, united in their shared pursuit of advancing space research. Yet, this brave foray into an unknown frontier unveils a multitude of peculiar and enigmatic phenomena, which scientists and researchers continue to ardently probe, striving for a more profound comprehension. One factor contributing to the growing body of evidence is the persistent stream of peculiar objects being detected by the various space cameras affixed to the International Space Station. Recently, a particularly noteworthy event occurred when a glowing object was observed departing Earth's atmosphere. The observer who captured this unprecedented phenomenon remarked on its rarity. Given that the majority of objects captured by the International Space Station cameras are typically distant. In contrast, this object appeared remarkably close to the camera, offering a captivating glimpse of something departing our atmosphere. The continuous reports of such intriguing incidents raise intriguing questions regarding the origin, nature, and purpose of these celestial anomalies. Scientists and researchers are left perplexed, striving to unravel the mysteries that lie beyond our planet's boundaries. By expanding our understanding of these phenomena, we gain a deeper appreciation for the vast and enigmatic wonders of the universe. In the quest for knowledge, the exploration of these strange objects serves as a reminder that there is still much untapped knowledge waiting to be unveiled in the depths of space. This occurrence is not an isolated incident, as there have been multiple instances of peculiar-looking objects approaching the International Space Station. Some individuals speculate that these mysterious objects are showing a keen interest in the International Space Station. It is even claimed that if one is patient enough, they may witness enigmatic lights approaching the station, almost as if they are conducting an inspection. Interestingly, certain online users expressed surprise that the live feed did not terminate when these strange objects appeared in close proximity to the space station. Typically, when such incidents occur, the live feed camera is abruptly cut off, preventing the general public from further observation. However, it was noted that due to the swift nature of this event, it is likely that many people did not even notice it. This particular object has garnered significant attention due to its distinct visibility, setting it apart from other instances where amateur researchers have reported sighting various unusual objects near the space station. When the images were shared on various social media platforms, there was a great deal of disagreement among users regarding the nature of the object captured in the photographs. Observations were made that suggested the object must have been moving at an exceptional speed, as it only appeared in one of the two frames taken. According to a statement from a user, an extraordinary event occurred. The user expressed that not only was the object in question moving at an exceptionally high speed, but it was also of considerable size. This occurrence is noteworthy because it is quite rare to observe such a large object on live camera feeds. Typically, when objects are seen near the International Space Station, they appear as small orbs, making it difficult to ascertain their nature. These observations are often attributed to space debris or reflections of light. However, the object in question appeared distinctly different, resembling a massive entity emerging from our atmosphere. The spectacle was likened to the sight of a rocket penetrating the cloud cover, yet it can be ruled out as such due to the absence of additional images capturing this event. This testimony sheds light on an intriguing phenomenon that raises numerous questions and warrants further investigation. There have been numerous instances where the International Space Station has captured peculiar phenomena, prompting discussions and speculation about the mysteries that unfold in space. The live feed broadcasted from the ISS serves as compelling evidence for those who believe that something extraordinary is occurring beyond our earthly boundaries. It is important to note that the ISS is equipped with an array of cameras aimed at monitoring spacewalks and conducting round-the-clock surveillance on various crucial areas. Capitalizing on this invaluable resource, space agencies have utilized the live footage for internet shows, websites, and television broadcasts, including the Public Broadcasting Network for the United States through the NASA administration. Their objective is to generate enthusiasm for space exploration, provide captivating visuals for the audience, and contribute to scientific endeavors by capturing intriguing footage of our celestial surroundings. This consistent access to the live feed has undoubtedly fostered a profound interest in space and effectively engaged the public in the captivating world beyond our planet. It is worth mentioning that NASA officials have consistently asserted that they have never encountered anything noteworthy in proximity to the International Space Station. According to their explanations, these reports can be readily attributed to phenomena such as space debris and camera anomalies. However, intriguingly, there appears to be a shift in attitude taking place within NASA. The prevailing perspective seems to be evolving, suggesting a potential departure from their previous stance on this matter. NASA's administrator, Bill Nelson, has expressed his desire for the organization to adopt a more transparent approach when it comes to discussing the subject of mysterious aircraft. He has acknowledged that NASA has not been forthcoming with detailed information regarding these enigmatic objects. During discussions about the escalating number of perplexing airborne vehicles, he expressed his thoughts in relation to this matter. As he embarked on his journey with NASA, he promptly sought the assistance of the esteemed scientific community. These comments have sparked speculation that NASA's stance on these sightings may be shifting, indicating a potential shift in their approach to investigating International Space Station anomalies. It has led to the belief that NASA is now approaching these incidents with a more open and receptive mindset. However, the hope of many was short-lived, as the space agencies swiftly provided an update on their website, leaving some disappointed. In an intriguing development that occurred in July of 2021, NASA made updates to their official websites, shedding light on the captivating topic of unidentified aerial phenomena. On their website, they made a noteworthy statement regarding NASA's primary objective, which is the relentless pursuit of discovering life beyond our planet. Despite their exhaustive efforts, NASA has not yet encountered any credible evidence regarding the existence of extraterrestrial life. Nevertheless, the agency has dedicated extensive resources to exploring not only our solar system, but also the vast expanse of the universe itself. Their astrobiology program occupies a crucial position in their pursuits, delving into the intricate matters of life's origins, evolution, and distribution beyond Earth. Over the course of many years, numerous accounts from both astronauts aboard the International Space Station and observers on Earth have documented the occurrence of unidentified flying objects in the vicinity of the space station. These sightings encompass a wide range of visual experiences, including sightings of peculiar lights and objects, as well as encounters with intricately designed and organized phenomena. In July 2016, an incident gained significant attention as NASA's live-streamed footage from the International Space Station captured a captivating sight. Amidst the vastness of space, a brilliantly illuminated object could be seen gliding steadily in the background. While NASA officials quickly attributed this object to either space debris or an asteroid, its presence reignited widespread discussions and speculation surrounding unidentified flying objects near the space station. Consequently, this event sparked a renewed curiosity regarding the nature and origin of these mysterious encounters that have consistently fascinated both experts and the general public alike. Over the years, there have been numerous instances of similar sightings, some of which defy simple explanations. While it is true that many UFO sightings can be attributed to ordinary occurrences like space debris or reflections, the fact that unexplained encounters continue to persist only adds to the fascination and opens up the intriguing possibility of visitations from advanced beings. These recurring sightings have sparked curiosity and speculation among individuals and researchers alike, prompting them to delve deeper into the mysteries surrounding such phenomena. In order to investigate sightings of unidentified flying objects near the International Space Station, it becomes crucial to thoroughly examine common explanations and dispel any misconceptions surrounding this phenomenon. One plausible explanation lies in the presence of space debris revolving around the Earth at significant velocities, consisting of defunct satellites and discarded rocket stages. Occasionally, these objects can appear near the space station, giving the impression of unidentified aerial entities. Additionally, it is worth noting that reflections or glares stemming from the station's windows or equipment have the potential to create optical illusions that closely resemble UFOs when viewed from a distance. In addition to that, it is important to note that various celestial occurrences such as planets, stars, and passing satellites can inadvertently give rise to mistaken perceptions of unidentified flying objects, thereby introducing an added layer of complexity when attempting to evaluate such encounters. The continuous sightings of unidentified flying objects in close proximity to the International Space Station have sparked a great deal of interest among space agencies, scientists, and experts in the field of UFO studies. As a result, various investigations are being undertaken to delve deeper into this phenomenon. One proposed solution involves the utilization of sophisticated tracking and monitoring systems on the International Space Station to acquire a thorough and extensive comprehension of the various objects present in its surrounding area. By implementing such advanced systems, it would be possible to effectively distinguish between identified space debris and unidentified occurrences, hence significantly enhancing the precision with which UFO sightings are evaluated and assessed. In addition, experts in the field have put forth a suggestion for a collaborative endeavor that involves cross-referencing the sightings of the International Space Station with documented celestial events and atmospheric conditions. By adopting this approach, we may be able to discern natural occurrences in outer space that might seem peculiar when observed from the space station. As of right now, although some of the UFO sightings near the International Space Station can be explained by familiar occurrences, the puzzle surrounding these interactions endures. The existence of unidentified objects in close proximity to the space station serves as a poignant reminder of the enigmatic aspects that continue to linger as we venture further into the vast expanse of the universe.